Hello, welcome back to the channel, ladies and gents. Nick here, and obviously the GTR in the background, which means?
Well, it's a GTR update day, isn't it? It's just...
It's an update.
Yeah, there's some stuff.
Right, cool.
Is that right, cool, as in I can talk now?
It is, yeah.
I need a snappy...
Clacker.
Right.
Action.
We haven't done many of these yet, and the last one was so boring that I don't think anybody actually cares about this car anymore.
No, some people really enjoyed that.
I don't know why.
I watched it back. I had a good time with it.
Over the period of, I think, probably the past couple of weeks, I've been slowly doing some bits on the Skyline, which you would have seen if you follow mine or potentially Nate's Instagram, Nick_ or Nate_ car nonsense, because we always upload.
Linked in the description box. Sneak previews are there first.
It's a bit street that, isn't it? In below. Anyway, so you'll notice straight away, it's not on its big, scary, terrifying pallet of doom anymore. That was the first thing that I had to take off. Looking underneath, the pallet wasn't actually held on with anything bar ratchet straps. So I don't know if you can just quickly dip your head underneath. So along the subframe, which is bolted in, it was just strapped around the subframe, and to get it out, me and Nate dragged it across from my drive, which wasn't too difficult, was it?
No, it was actually okay.
We got it over here, put the axle stands underneath it, which didn't go high enough because you only have certain levels of adjustment, and then because I bought the dollies that you can let their air out of, let the air out the dollies and just let the car sit down on the axle stands, which then was a bit tricky because it was all stuck. Yeah. So I had to smash up one of the pallets to get it out. But that's how it sits at the moment. Nate's old wheels are under here as just an extra safety precaution, because that brings me on to the next thing that I've actually done back here and the reason we've got it up like this still is handbrake. At the moment it will just roll off, well, there's no wheels. And
so what's the purpose of the handbrake primarily?
So ideally it's going to move off of this drive and go back up onto mine in front of my garage. There's a hair tickling the crap out of my face. Oh my god.
I'll zoom again.
But in doing the handbrake, you also re-establish everything that would get wheels back on the car, because that pallet just wasn't safe. It was really dangerous, and having that massively somewhere that children, I mean, they shouldn't be playing on my drive, but if someone came up to the car and started wibbling it around, it just rolled around on its own, didn't it?
It's not particularly safe.
No,
it's not particularly. The thing is, it's not particularly dangerous if it's just left there.
Yeah.
But obviously, you cannot account for other people's stupidity, and so and also as well for ease of moving. It all being on wheels, there being a handbrake, you know, someone can sit in it while someone pushes it, pull and pull the handbrake. It just makes it much easier for when, you know, when the project develops a bit further.
You move it around a little bit safely, and even sit in it and do things, because I wouldn't have got in the car. I mean, I kind of did to do that removal of stuff, but I was only leaning inside. I wouldn't have put my actual
body weight.
Legs in.
So
it's
just too dangerous.
Doing it in a minute. But yeah, so we've got to the point where, well, I've got one side completely on, so we'll put a picture up because I was taking pictures as I went. There wasn't anything here at all, so the hub was off, the arms were off. It didn't have any centre, it's called a flange, which I don't like the word, flange. It didn't have a flange, didn't have a bearing, no handbrake, no brakes, and no handbrake cable. So everything here is now fitted as it should be, apart from the suspension, which...
My epic tuna nuts on there.
Yeah, just...
They're cool, man.
Just insert a picture of a fish there. That's all I can do, just like a can of tuna. So those are genuine Brembo brakes from a GTR. This is the hub that came with the car in the bushes. Underneath here, which we'll show you in a minute, is an inboard handbrake system. So the handbrake comes from the actual handbrake lever and underneath the car, all the way through the subframe, attached to the subframe, but not through that hole because I don't have the right nut for it. It's cable tied on, because it's not a Japanese car unless there's cable ties, is there? No. And just attaches to this backplate and pushes the pads that are in here against the wheel.
Which is something you weren't familiar with before, because Audis didn't have it, and I remember saying to you before, and you were like, what?
I didn't understand.
What are you talking about?
Like a little caliper and a big caliper, and the little caliper is the handbrake and the big caliper, which is a lot easier.
Funnily enough, that's what's going to be going on my pickup truck, a little caliper for the handbrake. Oh. I know.
Imagine changing the pads on that as opposed to going, oh right, this, all the springs, which I'll show you in a minute. It looks it looks awful because it is.
It's not fun.
But now I've done this side, I've done the other side pretty fast, which is nice, but I've left this off so you can all see it in a little bit. So yeah, this isn't obviously how it's going to be left forever. This is just so we can put some wheels on here. Now there is a really important thing that I got a little bit angry about the other day, and I'll explain another problem that I had in a minute, but if you leave this like this whole setup, you'll notice that there's a big hole here for the drive shaft, and you put a wheel on it, it will put a lot of strain on the bearing that's pressed into this hub. The hub is, you'll see again on the other side in a minute, has a bearing on it, and if you put the wheel on it, and as the suspension moves upwards and the pressure of the car pushes on the bearing, it'll all collapse. So
that's what you want, isn't it?
So you either have to have drive shafts, which I don't have, and they're about £1,000 a set, and I don't want to spend that just yet.
Yeah,
or
you just do everything
get a
that you need to.
massive bolt, and you put it through the back to the front, and you bolt it up like there's a drive shaft there.
Right.
We don't have any spare bolts, but what I do have is the bolts we put in the front and the front drive shafts. So the idea is to take the bolts out the
swap
front,
them out,
put the bolts in the back, put the drive shafts in the front, and again cable tie the drive shafts up so they don't flap around while we're moving the car. On to the problems that I had, and it's taken me probably about 3 whole days just to get to this point. The hubs here and the handbrake, I think it's the same person. Yes, it was. The hubs and the handbrake actually came from a breaker who assured me that the hubs themselves were correct for a GTR and the handbrake was off Skyline. After laying under the car, fitting it all up, because it kind of fitted, you know, when you're fitting something and you go, oh, this doesn't feel right, but I'm going to do it because it's like the right length.
Yeah,
like
it looks about right.
None of the brackets worked, but I was like, I'll just force them on, because that's... And then when I got to here, it wouldn't mount up to the subframe, so I was like, what's going on there? Anyway, I fitted it all up, and the end bracket on the handbrake that attaches to the back of this plate, totally wrong. Turns out they're for a Sylvia, so he sadly didn't know what he was talking about there. And the hubs themselves didn't have the right bearings on, which I'll show on the other side what the differences are in the bearings. But I did go and buy some brand new bearings, the GTR bearings. It turns out the hubs themselves are the wrong ones. They were for a GTST, so the spline inside is too small for the GTR drive shaft. And I only know that because of our mechanic friend that told me the sizes, and I measured the inside. Lucky I checked though. You can't really get hold of easily genuine hubs or flanges. I hate calling them flange. The bit with the 5 studs on. You can buy them, but they are bloody expensive. So what I did is Google for about 3 years and found Garage D, and they sell a conversion kit for Sylvias. So if someone has a Sylvia and they want to go to GTR diff and GTR drive shafts, they buy this bearing conversion kit because the fitting's the same, and they put it on their Sylvia and they can run the bigger drive shafts for more power. But on this side, which is currently full of tools because I'm still going, is, well, I suppose let's go to what, oh yeah, that's a bit of an awkward position for you to stand, isn't it?
No one can see that. There is nothing going on here.
Doing the splits to film this. So this is the replacement, the new Garage D hub on, and down here is what's effectively either a Sylvia hub or a GTST. And the front of them, this is what made me think it was the right one. It looks the same. The stud pattern's the same. You know, the actual inner diameter of the centre's the same. The bore. It's the spline here that if you held them up against one another, it might be hard to tell. To be fair, it's a lot bigger on the GTR one.
No, you can see it.
Yeah.
Like it helps that the one is obviously nice and shiny, but you can see it.
Yeah, for people that care, this one's 30mm, that one's 34 point something.
Yeah, it's just slight, but you can tell.
But the bit that made me think that I could just replace the bearing, because the bearing, this bit's the flange, so the bit that's the flange, that's the bearing that spins. And that just presses onto that shaft. So you go and get someone to take that bearing off.
Yeah, press
put a new one on. But a GTR bearing has an extra hoop on the top for the handbrake, inboard handbrake, which, because I've started fitting it all, you can't really tell. But it mounts this big old, it's called an anchor. This anchor at the top here. And, well, you can see how complicated the handbrake assembly is.
Fun.
Yeah, because there's 2 springs at the top. There's a weird spring plate in the middle that I've been watching videos where they don't have the centre fitted. So it's like, just fit this here. It doesn't have a centre and you're like, oh, I can't do that now. Are you pulling bits off my car?
Not intentionally. Sorry.
It's like it's sunburnt, isn't it?
It is. That's what I said before.
Yeah.
It's not intentional. I just need to lean on something. Sorry. Oh,
that's pretty horrible. So yeah, this side is almost finished. I've done the adjustment because there's a little adjuster underneath that you pull the little rubber bung out of the discs themselves and just flick it down once or twice, well, or a lot.
And you did post this, didn't you, on Instagram to sort of just explain what was going on. So again, like if any guys are interested, or girls, very specifically in the R33 project, please.
Crazy JDM stuff.
Yeah.
You put loads of Japanese stuff up, and even just cars.
Well, I need to do more of the Z and the truck. There's none of them on mine. I do need to. I'm going to post some more pictures. But basically, short of it is, please do follow Nick.
You'll get content first.
Yeah. It's because obviously these are done and these are edited and we have a release schedule. Yeah. But Instagram's instant. So do follow Nick over on Instagram.
I have done on the Instagram, and I don't know if you've seen it. I've blacked out those wheels. So
yes.
Those wheels, they won't be.
I've not even seen them.
Yeah, they won't be announced on Instagram.
Right.
There will be an exclusive video to, you know, this is the first time that Nate's seen them. This is the first time we both see them on the car.
Yeah.
I'm expecting them to look rubbish, but maybe they look great. I don't know. I'm expecting them to. Okay. Because they're so cheap. Okay. But anyway, diverging. I'm just going to try to keep saying words until I get it right. So we're almost finished on this side. Just need the brake disc to go on, caliper on. They're not needed. I'm just putting them there so it's one less thing to put in the garage. I don't have brakes.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, you might as well just put it on so you're not having to store it, right?
Yeah. So I think a little bit later in this video we'll show you how to adjust the handbrake cable, because that is the next thing that needs to happen. Is I don't know even if the handbrake cable is going to start working.
You have to mount it and then.
No, it's all mounted. I've done all that. It's just the nut that needs to be done up.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was the bit that was laying underneath the car. Because underneath the car, it's a really cool little setup. It's just a cable that comes out the handbrake, goes into this. It's like a little double. Hello. And all the handbrake cables just poke through the holes, twist, and they're locked in. So it's actually a really easy job. It's just having the right handbrake cables in the first place. So really, I've wasted a lot of money on this car already. Wasted. Yeah. Which is great.
Do you want to say how much?
Yeah, I don't mind. Like the hubs from Garage D, 400 quid. For £200 a side.
But good, brand new.
Brand new, so there's absolutely no complaints there.
And the machining's pretty good.
They're all right, yeah. They're definitely OEM. They're not. I mean, they spin nicely, and the bearings are nice, and they're very well pressed, and they're all lined up and everything. So you're having a really hard time there, aren't you?
Good.
The brakes were 350, so rear calipers and discs and pads, 350 second hand, but they're pretty good. These backing plates. They're 100 quid.
It's a dash shield thing, yeah.
Yeah, which you need to fit the handbrake. The handbrakes themselves, another 100.
It's a lot, isn't it, already?
Yeah. What else have I bought? One thing that I haven't fitted and we will be doing, hopefully, I mean, it would be nice if it came today. They're meant to arrive today. High cast lead arms. So there's a hole here, which I'm currently fingering.
Lovely.
And sorry. And there's a little bush that goes through there. This attaches to the subframe, and normally you'd have a steering
rack, basically.
A steering rack in the back of the car that only, I think it does 10 degrees.
Yeah.
But, they get a lot of play over the years, and you just the car steers itself a little bit. It's just dodgy. But
basically, everyone removes them.
But that
on
kit,
GTRs.
everyone removes them. They're removed on my 32. What was it? A Driftworks. I bought a Driftworks kit there from JDM Garage.
Cool.
Down in Exeter.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else. The handbrake cables are brand new off eBay, 50 quid.
I think we'll leave, if anyone is interested in this, either for Silvias or GTRs, I think we'll leave the link to these hubs from Garage D down below in the description box as well. Yeah. Just in case anyone is actually curious about it, as well as.
And to be fair to JDM Garage, they've been very patient with me because I bought they have genuine Nissan bearings in stock for these hubs that never fit wherever they've gone now. And they have taken them back and refunded me already.
Yeah, so we'll leave a link to JDM Garage as well down below because they're good. So yeah, Garage D as well as
Garage D,
JDM Garage down below.
I'm sure we'll be going back to. Did you just say Garage down below? Oh, I see what you were doing there. It just there's a
JDM Garage.
It's like Garage D. Below. That's a funny garage.
Down below. Oh, shut up.
It's like the Australian version. Yeah, that's it. It's very close to going on wheels. It's just I need to put the suspension back on this side. I can't do it on my own, so I've been waiting for Nate to come out and just hold it in position while I get the 2 nuts on the top, but you have to climb inside the car.
Which is a little bit dodgy.
It's a little bit.
But it'll be alright.
We've got 4 extra stands, and just go very slowly. I'm the light one, so I'll go in.
True, you
it's
are.
like a daddy long legs, like bouncing around inside the car.
Doesn't even register.
No.
So yes, I guess that's the update, isn't it? Really?
That's so far. Yeah, we've got some more stuff to come. But I'm really excited to get the wheels on and actually see what it looks like. But I'm still nervous about jacking it up and stuff.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So if you, well, what's the next video that people are going to watch of this then?
I think we've got a little bit more of this because it is still relevant. Unless you want to separate them out, you can.
Oh, you're basically just going to finish this up, aren't you?
Yeah, we can finish this up.
Yeah,
so
all right.
This is done. And the handbrake's adjusted. So
yeah, let's do all of that. So what? Basically, we're going to crack on with this now.
Yeah.
And then get the handbrake adjusted, and then yeah, that'd be it.
That'd be it. I have to wait for the high cast arms to put the suspension on, because if we try and move it with the arms off, they just start steering on their own.
Yeah.
We put the suspension on.
Yeah.
I think that's probably it.
Oh well, so I guess
fit a wheel just to see what it looks like for us.
No, we need a grand reveal. It needs to be on the floor.
I'm just so excited. On the floor.
Yeah, I know. So am I. Yeah. I haven't even seen them. So yeah. So anyway, guys, now what we're going to do is just basically fix this up now.
Yeah, a couple of bolts. Easy peasy.
I'm always right.
All right, mate.
So Nick is
just smashing my face up against him.
He's got the disc on, and now he's just doing the Brembo.
Doing is the
trying to do.
Oh, there we go. I think I got the thread. Yeah, that'll do.
Way. So what was that, Nick? Do you want to just let everyone know that I was
wrong? Yeah,
I was right. I was right. Yeah.
Yes, you were right.
Yay!
Well, actually, although it's now not fitting at the top.
Really?
So
maybe just unscrew.
I'm just going to smash that thing off at the bottom of the board.
Okay. So basically, it's getting caught on part of the bracketry,
which was second hand
at the bottom, which is very frustrating.
Yeah.
Are you about to hit that whilst I'm under here?
No, it's not going to. Well, it's not going to come anywhere near you, mate. Although I'm not even going to be able to hit it with a hammer. I'll have to go get a little punch or something. Use a screwdriver.
Yeah, fun. The trials and tribulations of cars.
And second-hand parts. A lot of people cut this bit off to fit bigger brakes.
Yes. Well, it's just a dust shield, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all it is.
You only need the centre for the handbrake stuff.
Yeah. So dust and heat shield, generally speaking. Oh, careful.
Yeah, sorry, I think that'd be enough.
So, just for anyone that doesn't know, that's actually part of that's the cable there. I'm just showing them the cable basically.
And there's handbrake, yeah, the handbrake cable.
As it runs into the back of the hub, isn't it? It goes through and then into the...
Yeah, it's attached to the dust shield. I don't know if you can see it there. There's like a little mounting screw. Just where
no, because we've got the arm in the way at the bottom. So
it's a really clever little setup, because there's a tiny little metal bracket that only lines up in one particular way, so you can't get it wrong, except if you have the wrong handbrake cable.
The hot, yeah.
I mean, I was doing this in the dark, and it was fine. But this one...
But the thing is that it is thin metal, and it can get bent over time.
I think
that's probably what's happened, isn't it?
Definitely. Oh, I was getting so much crap on my face when I was laying underneath the car.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff under here. Like, you can see there's still trees and things that... Stuff growing out of it. No, you know what? That just won't fit. Which is very annoying.
Well, but it should though.
I know it should.
It's the same distance. The holes are the same distance, aren't they?
Yeah.
How
it won't push on enough.
Diameter of the disc? The same disc, isn't it, on the other side?
Yeah. It all came off the same car.
Strange.
It's not pushing on anything there.
What we'll do, guys, we'll figure this out and then come back to you. So what the caliper was actually hitting on was part of the dust shield.
Yeah,
basically.
So, because it's second hand, I think that someone's had a little bit of a go at it in the past anyway. And I need to get this nut on actually.
Yes.
That nut up. Well, actually, you can see from the back how these hubs fit onto the hubs. So the flange fits onto the hub. There's four studs and the big one at the top, which you wouldn't have on this one, because it only has four holes.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
The GTR needs to be stronger because more power.
More power, baby.
So do these up, carry on, and maybe start having a play, see if we can get the handbrake. No, handbrake working.
Yes.
Inside the car.
Right, so what we're doing now, Nick?
Wedging plastic up against your car so I don't damage it.
Yeah, well, that is actually a good idea, to be fair.
Right, so in here, I haven't done this before, so I don't really know what we're doing, but there must be an adjusty nut somewhere in here that lets you bring the handbrake cable up a bit, so when you pull the handbrake...
So I have done this before. Do you want me to have a look?
Yeah, well, feel free. Although, why don't we just try it? If I pull the handbrake, see if it works.
Yeah.
It's attached.
Yeah, we don't know if it needs any adjustment yet. Yeah, try that. What are you doing?
I'm just too tall.
Yeah, I mean, you are. Oh.
Oh, that's not bolted down.
Let's have a look.
The little
the plate.
Yeah.
No, it's still moved inside there, isn't it? Yeah, no, that's okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
So...
Can you spin the wheels?
No.
Oh.
Do you want to give it a go? I'm doing one-handed, aren't I? No, do two hands.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do need to adjust it.
Okay.
That's not bad. Straight off the mark. That's
I
not
can
too
see
bad.
the adjuster.
Yeah. Do you want to show? Do you want to point it out to people?
Basically, I have a concussion after doing this. Yeah. So, do you want to hand the camera to Mr. Tickles? Oh my God, I'm so tall. Right. So on this side, I've just noticed.
So tall.
Yeah. So tall. No, I've lost it again. It is down there. So there's a little screw, and I believe it's going to go in one direction. I have no idea which way. And that screw is attached to the cable, which goes through the transmission tunnel all the way out to the back. So it is all mechanical, nice and easy, nothing horrible and electric.
Like your Audis.
Like, yeah, which I don't have anymore, so you can't judge me.
Yeah, you're looking to get one.
I like Audis. Right, so
the other side, yeah.
I think the other side might be a bit easier. I'd say do it up.
So yes, you need to basically tighten it.
Oh, do you like what I've done to cover up the transmission hole? Use a speaker.
Oh, it's fantastic. I think everyone should do that.
Woo! Like it.
It's the best thing ever, that is.
I really want one of us to get underneath the car and just put the speaker up just our face. Hello. I think what's going to start happening the cable's going to start coming through. Should we? I mean, that's still quite a lot of movement, isn't it? Yeah, I think because when you pull a handbrake, it should only come up a couple of clicks, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Where's that from?
I don't know. Right, yeah.
Yeah, do some more.
Crank it.
I think I might need to get an adjustable ratchet on that rather than this.
You reckon?
Only because eventually it's going to come through, isn't it? And not go any deeper into that.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, look, starting to push it off the nut.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and now it's fallen off. Although, look at that.
That might be good now.
Yeah.
So do you want to check 2 hands?
Yeah, I'm really strong. I can still do it.
Oh.
Oh, I mean, it's getting tighter. I'll get a ratchet on it.
Okay. No.
I was giving it a couple more clicks.
Okay.
Nice shot of my arse there.
Yeah, well, nice is subjective. I wouldn't have said so, but alright. Oh. Just got to do the other side, mate. Oh. That doesn't seem to be doing anything.
No. I mean, maybe carry on going.
That's very strange. Because that is really tight.
It is, but maybe it needs to be really tight. Maybe it looks like loads because there's nothing around it, and you'd normally not see all this.
Yeah, no, you are right.
I mean, it's getting harder, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm
just getting weaker every time.
Well, no, I mean, you know, strength is perceptive, isn't it? So I don't know how hard that was.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Try that.
Oh, I don't even want to go anymore, I don't think.
Well, try that now. Don't overdo it.
Bloody hell.
Oh.
Hang on, hold on. Probably never going to be able to take that off again now.
I'd say that's good. Do you want me to give it a go?
Yeah. I mean, I'm shaking doing that. Yeah, I'll take that. This is where you rip the hub off and have to put it all back on again. Yeah, that's it.
No, I'd say that's good.
Yep. Oh, copper grease.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Bloody copper grease.
I've got it all over me. Sorry, mate.
Right, well, good then. That's that done. So is that...
I want a sticker that goes over the top of the screen when you've done that. Nate, seal of approval, just a big thumbs up.
Yeah.
So handbrake works.
Yeah. So the adjuster's literally, it's just a nut basically.
Yeah. Just this guy here. It was all the way in because they obviously had to loosen it off to take the car apart in the first place.
Yeah.
I've now just realised that that's completely out of line, so I probably should have done that up first. But
no, but you can do that.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That's not going to affect it at the moment. That's fine. That doesn't move or shake or anything. That's all right. So good. That's a job well done. So should we? We're going to call it a day on this one now, I think. I'd say
yeah, this one's done because it's now got brakes. Yeah, it's got brakes, handbrakes. We'll just move on to getting the suspension on, which shouldn't take too long. But I'd say suspension on, take the front bolts out, put the drive shafts in there in the Volvo, put the bolts in the back, and I've got on its wheels.
Cool. So, guys, if you like what you're seeing here with the R33, I got it right, GTR project.
It's probably me getting it wrong now.
Yeah, it is. Please do hit that subscribe button. If you want to follow for updates before anyone else, before these videos, you need to follow Nick on Nick_car_nonsense on Instagram. Bloody train. We do have a Patreon. You'll get videos somewhat early, as well as your name at the end of the video. So please do support the channel.
And thank you to the people who have already done it.
Yeah, we've got 4 patrons at the moment, which is absolutely amazing. So if you do want to support us in our efforts to entertain and build cars, then please do. The links to all of that is down below in the description box. But thank you so much, guys. Take care.
Love you, bye.